Hi there. Now, in a recent video, I explored the 5 main skills that you need if you're going to make a success out of being an audiobook narrator. And in this video, I will tell you about the equipment you need. I'm Andy Stevenson. I've been narrating audiobooks now for about 4.5 years at the time of recording this video in December 2023. That's not as long as some people who have been doing it for years, but it is long enough to have produced 26 audiobooks so far and to learn most of the skills and frills that work. Now, you are probably thinking that when it comes to equipment, you're going to need a whole host of technical stuff all rigged up inside an impressive recording studio. Well, that might have been the case a few years back, but since the rapid development of home computing and the massive increase in the performance of the internet, that is certainly no longer the case. Whilst you need to be averagely computer savvy, you certainly don't need to be a technical wizard to do this job. So please don't let that thought put you off. Now, here I am sitting in my little recording studio. As you can see, there isn't much in the way of equipment, and what you see here is what I purchased when I started, and it is still working perfectly 4 and a bit years later. It is ideal for what is needed, and that's been proved by the fact that I've always succeeded meeting the sound quality requirements of Audible, Spotify and others with this relatively straightforward and inexpensive equipment. Firstly, you'll see that I have a microphone, of course, and it is important that you opt for an XLR condenser microphone. This type of microphone provides much better audio quality than other models, and it offers many advantages over popular dynamic microphones. I should point out I'm not using it at the moment for this video. I'm using a small lapel microphone at the moment, because when you use the XLR microphone and you're narrating, you have to be close to it, and that wouldn't work for this video. The XLR standard is common in professional recording studios. My mic happens to be a T-Bone SC400 XLR, and this model currently costs around £50. Now, your microphone should be covered by a pop shield. This cuts out the popping noise that you sometimes get with the letter P, and to a lesser extent, a few other letters. Sometimes that popping sound is called a plosive, and this is the pop shield, which just bolts onto the stand of the microphone. That was the one I was using before, but I've switched since. I now use something called a microphone isolator. Here it is, and it is nice and neat because it just fits over the top of the microphone like so. And one of the benefits of it is that it actually keeps the dust off your microphone, and for an extra cost of around £25, that's a bonus worth paying for. And I purchased this from studiospares.co.uk. So that does the job of the pop shield, insulates the microphone from those plosives that I mentioned, but also keeps your microphone a little cleaner than otherwise. My microphone connects to a Preamp, which is a small device that improves the quality and depth of the audio from the mic and filters out impurities such as static. The XLR mic, which remember is a higher quality mic, needs a preamp. It won't plug directly into your laptop, but needs the preamp in between. The preamp model I use is a Behringer Uphoria UMC22, and these currently cost around £50. You'll need a set of headphones, which you plug into the preamp. Mine are Numark HF125. There you go. They provide good quality playback for when you're reviewing your recording. Plus, they're nice and comfortable on the ears. And you can pick these up for between £10 and £15. You'll need a computer. You could have a desktop, but I use a laptop, which of course doesn't take up much room. So the microphone plugs into your preamp in the 3-pin socket, like so. And the preamp plugs into your computer with a USB lead. There you go. I already had a laptop as well as a desktop, so this didn't incur any extra expense for me. Finally, you'll need some recording and editing software on your computer. Now, I use a program called Audacity. Audacity is fantastic, absolutely perfect for the job, and what's more, it is available for download absolutely free. There are programs you can purchase, and I guess that they may have some advantages over Audacity, but if so, I don't know what they are, and Audacity will serve your purposes perfectly. It has more features than you are ever likely to need. Some neat special effects, should you ever want them, something I'll tell you about in other videos in due course, and it has never let me down. As far as the manuscript that you're reading is concerned, what I do is to print it out and use a good old-fashioned music lectern. I guess you could use a tablet or even your smartphone to read from, or have a double monitor so that you have Audacity open on one and have the manuscript on the other, but I'm short of space in here, and this works for me, and when I've finished recording, I save it on a flash drive and take it over to my office so that I do my editing of the recorded file on my desktop computer for a change of environment as much as anything. Now, this is very important. The space in which you do your recording must be soundproof and insulated so that it reduces background noise and stops any echo or reverberation of your voice. In here, I've soundproofed the walls with adhesive soundproofing material similar to that used in caravans and motorhomes, so I believe, so as to cut down on the sound coming into the studio. The cost of this stuff varies immensely, but don't go mad with it, as material that costs around 25 per square metre is likely to be fine. And in fact, if you live in a quiet environment, you may not even need it. For preventing echo and reverberation, I have hung what are removal blankets, you know, the stuff you use to wrap up fragile things when you move house. This is perfect for insulating the sound in your studio, but other old blankets would do, I guess, and will have the added bonus of keeping your studio warm if you don't have heating in it, which I don't, because heating systems invariably are accompanied by background sound that you don't want. And that's another good reason for keeping your studio fairly small. The cost for these shouldn't amount to much at all. Cover your work surface with the blankets too, like I have, as you don't want sound bouncing off that. Oh, and get yourself a comfortable chair or stool, because you may well be spending quite a lot of time sitting in your studio. Now, don't laugh, but my studio used to be a toilet until I removed the sanitary ware from it, which is why I lovingly call it my Ludio. And I've heard some people who have set up their recording space in a closet or even a wardrobe. But if you don't have a small space available that you can convert, then you might consider investing in a portable recording booth. Now, I can't vouch for how good they are, and some of them are not cheap, but it is worth investigating if you don't have a readily available space. So, to sum up, you really don't need to break the bank to set yourself up as an audiobook narrator or a voiceover artist for that matter. The mic, the pop shield, the preamp and the headphones might set you back around £150, and if you have to buy yourself a laptop and soundproof your recording space, then you're going to add a few £100s to the overall figure for those. But you can still do it successfully for not that much. So it's worth you researching and having a look around. Now, I hope you found this video useful, and if so, please give it a like. And for more helpful hints and advice on all things audiobooks, please hit the subscribe button below. And to keep notified when I release a new video, click the little bell icon too. And if you have any questions, feel free to post them up and I'll do my best to answer them. I'll also put down the details in the text below of the equipment that I've mentioned. So if you can't remember the names, don't worry, it'll be attached to this video for you. So that's about all for now. I look forward to seeing you again, or you'll see me rather than me see you. But I look forward to that at my next video. In the meantime, thanks very much for watching and keep listening too. Bye for now.